time it incorrectly. So I want you to make sure you work on your timing on this, okay? All right. Any questions? You think you got this? Because we've done this before, right? Okay, go ahead. Any way you want. Go down the lane so you don't have to think about it so much. Don't worry. I'm gonna be right here with you. I'm gonna do it also. I got the center lane here. All right, so if you got questions, just watch, all right? So we're doing it from Shiko, yep. Then we'll do it from standing. Make sure your palm is down, yep. Go ahead. Good, good. Try to work on using your foot. As soon as your hand touches in your mind, say, oh, I know my hand has to land, my foot has to land next, right? You want, lay down for a second. No, just lay on the side, like this, yep. You want to curl this a little bit and curl this a little bit. So you feel that bone right there? That's the ball of your pinky toe, okay? You want it like that so that you can push from here, see? And it makes you want to sit. It makes you want to sit up, you understand? So when you come around, that's what you want to do. So go ahead, give it a shot. It's a good start. Not like you're gonna roll. Cause see there you're like this, like you wanna roll. You wanna turn sideways. So your shoulders pointing in one direction and your shoulders pointing in the other direction. Like this. And this hand has to come around. As soon as this is about to touch, and it goes down, it makes you want to sit up, okay? Alright, go ahead, give it a shot. Good. Pause. So, again, you kind of have that, okay, so when you take the roll, you put your feet like this, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're taking the fall, you want to put your foot more like this, okay? Mm-hmm. Then you want to put your other hand, you got to move this, so watch. Look at my feet. Okay, like you're in Shiko, and you're gonna put your one foot out to the side. What you're doing is you're turning it, and so what you're doing is you're turning your hips like you're gonna take a roll, okay? And when you do that, you're lining up, which is not wrong if you're rolling your hips in the direction so you cross from the top shoulder to the opposite low hip. But because we're going for a fall, we want to go from shoulder to shoulder and from hip to hip, okay? So in order to do that, one of your feet, one of your legs has to be like this, just like this one is right here. And the other one has to be perpendicular, which is in that direction, almost like a cross. You see that, right? And you notice the other thing here is I don't have my toes in like I'm gonna take a roll. This is a different one. Your whole foot is planted and goes to the side. Alright? Then, if you feel like this is too much, you can bring your foot just a little bit closer and bend your knee, and this will be just as fine, and this will work just as well. But you're still looking for the shoulder to shoulder. See, I went to my other shoulder. Then my foot goes down, and this one, the weight and the force cut down and brings me up, right? You see that, right? That's what you're looking for. Go ahead, give it a shot. Bring that one down. This one's going down. This one down, like you're in Shiko. Down like you're in Shiko. Like this. Because your hip and your shoulder, you're going to roll from this end to this end. You understand? Okay. That's better. That's much better. And that's what you're looking for. It looks a little better. Stop. Down. See, this whole side has to be down. That's better. Awesome. More like this. Can you go more like that? Can you? Okay, so then, and I know why, I know, and that's why I said if you need to, bend your knee more and bring it closer and bring it more up. And that'll give you, that'll help your alignment better. That's better. That actually looks better because before I was noticing that you were pointing in that direction, but you kept going at an angle, you kept going off the mat towards the floor. I'm like, why does he keep doing that? I don't want him to do that, it's gonna hurt himself. Cold?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, so now let's move on to the next portion. Come over here, buddy, so you can see. Alright, now the next portion is this. Now, I want you to Alright, so watch. This is a back row, okay? When I roll backwards, I'm going to cross my hip. This is my left hip. And go over my right shoulder. So what did I say?
You're going to cross up to your left hip and go to your right shoulder.
Right, so watch. Did I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, that's a Ushiro Ukemi, okay? Or Ushiro Kaiten Ukemi. So now I'm going to do Ushiro Yoko Kaiten. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from left hip, left shoulder, round it to the other side, to a right hip, to right shoulder. Is that a lot? Make sense? Confusing? Okay, good. Okay. So now what's going to happen here is instead of crossing here and doing that, you're gonna before you would engage here just the hip and cross this way. But now you have to engage both the hip and the shoulder. So that means you have to go down and put your arm out. And so now this is what I'm going to say, okay? Because everybody's structure is different, you have to find a way where it's not lumpy and you go boom, right? That could be your rib, that could be the side, all right? And you're like, and then you got to generate all that extra strength and power. And what you want to do is you want to round yourself and make yourself curve like a rocking chair, right? You know how a rocking chair works, right? Because it's curved and you sit on it, you can rock back and forth, right? So you got to make your body the exact same way. So you got to find out how, because some people might be more flexible in their hip area, they could open up their hips and do all kinds of, flexible stuff and be more like curved like this. And some people can't do all of that, right? So you hear a lot all the time. So then what you have to do is, as you go from here, immediately go to the side and then go down. Right? Does that make sense? So the last one's more for you because you might have some not so flexible stuff going on here in this area. But your he seems flexible, so he looks like he can totally get it more curved, okay? Yours is about how your structure is and how you use that to your advantage, right? So, for you, Donnie, okay, watch where I'm at here on this side. Go this way first. Get low this way first, so your shoulder doesn't have too much distance, okay? And so you're gonna go here, then here, okay? Make it soft as possible, because if you're on a hard surface, right? You don't want to go even from this high up. That's gonna be painful, okay? And then for you, you're gonna go to your glute, your hip, and then ride the side of your rib cage, but curve it. Go down on your glute first. Right, you're gonna go down on your glute first. And then as you're about to go, angle it. Don't go straight down, go down on an angle. Yeah, makes sense? All right, go ahead, give it a shot. You're all right. He's gonna smush you, man. You're gonna be a Donnie pancake.
I wonder how that
Good.
would
That was good. What's that?
Nothing. I said I wonder how that would
drink it, it would taste good, man. I know you're sweet, but you lack in the sugar department. So, you know, you might want to be, you might be one of those bland pancakes. Like mine with lots of sugar in it. Some people don't. That was really good, Don. Go ahead, Don. Go slow, go slow. I want you to go slow, okay? So, so you're putting your leg out on an angle, and remember you have to sit over your leg, right? So if your leg's like this and your other part sits over it, that's good. But if you put your leg out to an angle, you're gonna sit on your foot instead of over your foot. Then you're gonna pinch something, it's gonna hurt, okay? You can do this now because you're aware of what's happening, but you don't want to record that way because if someone throws you faster than you can move your body in a certain direction, and you put your foot in the wrong direction and they throw you harder and faster, then you're gonna sit on your foot by mistake. So you gotta make sure that you create that safety clear line immediately, okay? You always wanna be safe first. Alright, so come back up. And that's why I said do it slow. Go down like you're gonna go in Shiko. Yep, go ahead. Good, pause there. So now look, your leg is right here on an angle. And your tush is right there. So you are controlling it and you're okay, but if someone pushed you faster than you can move your leg out of the way, you would sit right on your foot. Only because I held you with your arm, you moved your foot out of the way. But if I had pushed you hard enough, you would have sat right on your leg. That's a lot of weight, especially when someone pushes you. That's mass times force and all that jazz, okay? Which means because someone's pushing you, you become heavier. So if you're 60 pounds and someone pushes you, you become 120. I don't know why it works that way, but that's just the way it works. And then instead of 60 pounds on your foot and heel, it'll be 120 pounds on your foot and heel. So you want to make sure you sit over it, okay? So take your time and make sure it's on a cross and not an X, okay? Go ahead, give it a shot. That's a little better.
I forgot it was Yoko Kiton.
Huh?
I forgot it was Yoko Kiton. I started to do a roll.
Okay, I know. Cause rolls are fun, man. They're fun, right? I like rolling more than I like Yoko Kiton sometimes. But Yoko Kiton is an emergency. Because you can Yoko Kiton from a roll. Because if someone throws you and you decide, oh, he's gonna throw me into a bunch of people, I don't wanna roll into them. Because they'll fall on top of you, or their shin or their knee is going to go right in your face and your rib. So then you can roll out of a roll into a Yoko Kiton. And that's why Yoko Kiton is important for safety. Okay, go ahead. Good, that's good, that's better. Good, all right. Caesar. Don, onegaishimasu. Okay, so now watch your dad, okay? I'm gonna push you and you gotta take Ushiro Yoko Kiton, okay? And now you gotta watch him because if he makes a mistake and he says, ow, I got hurt, then you're gonna know why, okay? So watch him and let me know did he do anything correct or incorrect, okay? 5 times. You gotta pick your own side though, okay? No, this comes from the way I push you. We'll see. Ready? Here we go. Looked alright, right? It wasn't perfect, but 80's alright. It's a B. A C? A C plus. It's a C plus.
Just for that.
No, his knee's too curled up. He's not engaging his foot. So if he's got knee problems, that's probably why. But what's happening here? You see how fast he's going down, right? And so what do you hear? Go down on your own. You hear anything? Like a little bit, right? Okay.
You heard something.
But was it loud? Okay. Was that loud? So what are we learning here, right? Mass times force and gravity equals extra weight. Okay? Right? So look,
What's mass times force?
I'm going to show you right now, because I know you gave me that look like, what's he talking about? I was a huge science freak. I really liked that stuff when I was young, and I knew exactly what they were talking about. Here's the way they explain it, though. I'm going to go slow. Do you hear anything? Do you feel anything? Very little. Very little. I'm going to go really fast. You see? Did you hear anything? What did you feel?
A lot.
A lot. Not that much of a roll, but that was medium. Okay? And now I'm going to go really fast. Come on, man. He's got to learn. This is a dojo, which means school. This is a school. Okay? You see? So now come over here. Switch. Roll on your own. Good. Come back up. I'm going to push you. Okay? Pick a side. Pick the side. Go ahead. Go down. Go ahead. Go. Okay. Was that fast? No. Okay. Come. Go ahead. Go down. Don't go until I tell you. Okay. Go. Was that fast?
Yes.
And look how you came up all wobbly. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you, that's what's happening when speed, and ask Sensei, he will give you the correct formula. My brain is not there yet. I know it, but I can't give it to you in the correct order. But all I'm saying is, come over here, that if someone throws you or hits you like a speeding car, right, that thing, because of the speed, becomes heavier than what it really is. So then, when it hits you, I won't. When it hits you, that energy, motion, and momentum transfers onto you. And then as you're going down, if your foot is in the way of your tush, and you didn't mean for it to be, instead of going over it, you're gonna sit right on it. So you saw how you moved, right? Did you feel the force, right? You felt all that, whoa, what's going on? That's a lot faster than me rolling on my own, right? So that means, like the car accident that you're talking about, when you see something go fast and it hits it hard, it becomes heavier and then it transfers. So when a car hits a car that isn't moving, what happens to the car that isn't moving? It gets moved, right? So that means that energy and that force and that momentum is being transferred. So if someone big or throws you harder or faster, that energy and momentum and force is being transferred. And wherever there's something in the way and they can't go anymore, that's gonna get crushed, whatever's in between, you understand? So if I throw you and you take the roll, now hear me out, and I'm gonna show you so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay? If I'm thrown, right, and you sit over your foot, your tush becomes like a rocking chair, and then you can rock, right? And depending how you put your arm out, you can go over your shoulder, or you can go to your side and put your foot out, because that's the one we're doing right now. But if your leg is out in the way, and your foot should be here, and you should sit over it, but your foot's out furthermore, what's going to happen is you're going to sit right on it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so now, instead of me being able to curve and be like a rocking chair, see how my foot throws me to the side? You understand? And so now the force, I'm gonna smush my own foot, because I'm heavy. I'm like 160 pounds here, because the leg is part of your weight. And since I'm not, right? Your dad knows, right? So I'm cutting off my own weight, but here I'm sitting right here. That's 160. And now, God forbid, there's clothing there, and I get caught. Oh, boom! And so instead of curving and rocking, I go to the side. Oh, and it's gonna hurt. You'll definitely smash toes and whatever's going on here, and your heel, and your ankle. And then, God forbid, if you get stuck, aside from smashing it, you get stuck, then you'll hurt your knee. And then plus you're sitting on yourself. That hurts also. And you don't want to do that. It's going to hurt, man. It's going to make you cry, believe me. It will make you cry. Not because you want to emotionally cry, but your body's like, whoa, what just happened there? Okay? So that's what we're going to practice. We're going to do that a couple more times, and then we're going to move on to practicing for the techniques. Okay? So now I'm going to push you. So you got to make sure your foot is that you can sit over your foot, not on your foot. Okay? Here we go. Ready? Good. Yoko Kaiten. Much better. Thank you, Dad. Okay, and so now here what you're learning here is that how to be in control of your body when stuff unexpectedly happens to you. Unexpectedly happens to you, okay? Right? See, so then you have to be like, I know what to do. I know what to do. Come back up over here. Come over here. Don't be scared. Just relax. Just know how to roll. Or Yoko Kaiten. Relax. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. There, that's better. See, I saw you regain control and you push your leg out to the side. See? So you're learning stuff about yourself here. No, that's easy. He can do that.
No, make him put the other leg back.
Well, baby steps. As long as he records correct on one side, he'll be able to do that. You gotta do that. You know what he said? Use the other leg.
4 years you've been here, son.
Say, Dad, and this is good, man. I did better than you, remember? I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Was that the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, come over here. It looked great. Come over here. Sorry, buddy.
It's alright.
I felt that.
Am I bleeding?
No.
Okay, good.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Come back over here. Where I hit you? On your nose? I'm sorry. Okay, ready?
You get me every day.
Yeah, but you don't count, man. All right, ready?
Was that the wrong way to roll?
But the good news is you didn't hurt yourself and you didn't roll on top of yourself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Come over here. That's all right. That's okay. It's not. But you know what that means? That means that you're right side dominant, and the right side you can do without thinking. So now that means you have to transfer that, okay? And the best way to do that is you do it slow. Oh, how do I do it on the right side? I do it great on the right side. What do I do? Oh yeah, I move my foot out of my own way. That's what I gotta do on the left side. That kind of thinking, okay? All right. Okay, good. That's enough of that. Now we're gonna move on to the next portion.
No bleeding, correct?
No bleeding.
Blood everywhere.
That's okay. The more blood, the better. Those are just battle wounds, man. This is martial arts. All right, so here's something I wanted to do for Nikio. So we have to do Moroto Tori Nikyo, Ikkyo, and Iriminage. Okay, so let's do Ikkyo. Dad, onegashimasu. Say somebody. So we're not working on technique stuff for today. I want us to work on ukemi stuff, okay? And the ukemi stuff first, we'll first do the ukemi portion first, okay? We'll get here. Good, we're gonna do ura, all right? So now in ura, because we're practicing, we know that we should be setting up, okay, to be safe. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do funakogi ono. You gotta make sure, that you're gonna bring this knee down first, and it goes down first. Pause. Good. And so now you know what's ura. There's a spin in it, right? So what I want you to do is when you know the spin's coming and you're about to feel it, you're gonna lift this up. Ready? And then it goes down. Make sure you bring that foot down. Let's switch. Left, yeah, go ahead. Left. You're doing right to the Ikkyo, and you're gonna do ura. This is what's gonna happen here. All right. I have to come down a little bit low because of my situation. But if we were here, all right, and he kitens and brings his foot back, but he doesn't do the whole tank on yet. Good. Pause. I know. Don't give him a hard time. Because he's doing a technique and I'm not safe here. I'm definitely not safe here, correct? Right? Something could happen, I could fall and I could get hurt, right? And if I give him a hard time, who knows what else is going to happen? My shoulder and all this other stuff. And if he pulls really hard and he's bigger and stronger than me, I might lose balance and all kinds of things can happen. So instead, let's just avoid and understand what's going to happen with the technique here. So the closest thing to the ground, closest to him at the pivotal point is the knee, the leg closest to him. That is going to go down first. As he is spinning, go ahead, bring the foot up and then bring it back down. So you're in control of yourself. And then he finishes the technique. Then slide out. Okay? Switch. Dani, onegashimasu. You're going to do the technique. Same side. Because I have that thing going on too, where one side is always better than the other. You're going to do Ikkyo Oremi Ura. Let's just get there. Good. Okay. Dad, also, I'm not judging you or any of these things, okay? So whatever I say is just putting details out there so we have understanding how to not get hurt when we apply these techniques to each other, okay? So if the feet are in this direction and he pulls, right, there's no movement here. So now we're shifting center of gravity off natural body structure. So what we want here is to make sure the foot is pointing in the direction that my hand is, because my hand and my arm is connected to him and he's going to control my body through his movements, right? So it's with that said, if I give him a hard time and just pull me, pull in that direction, right? Oh, see what I mean? Then this happens and my leg hasn't gone down. And God forbid if he keeps pulling, my face will go down in this direction. Yes? Mm-hmm. That makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. So with all that said, what's going to happen here is you're going to, like Shiko, bring this knee down and use your hand. Don't bring this other one down yet. Then he does a spin, lift it, and bring it down. Then he finishes it, finish it, right? And then we know all that jazz, right? Good. So all I'm saying is by doing that, what I've just done, okay, because you know it's ura, if you give whomever, if Uke gives Nage a hard time, you see what's going to happen. The shoulder's going to go down, and he's going to go boom, right? So if it's someone on the street, great. That's what you get for messing with me. I told you to put your hands on me, right? Right? But because we're training with each other, we want to help each other get other subtleties and details of our technique down correctly, okay? So we're always going to help each other. So in order to do that, we also have to take safety precautions to make sure that we don't get hurt as our partner is refining his technique. Because then we're going to switch and we're also going to do the same thing as well, right? So with that said, that's how we'll be able to get better through this Ikkyo Ura, okay? So we're going to take turns. Alright, I know you, Kimmy, that's exactly what's going to happen. Good. And so this is what's going to happen. Go ahead. That's not Ura. Ura. What's Ura? Spin, right? Good. Dad, you're up. You're Hizuke.
You didn't go to 2 hands.
Yeah, it's Moro Tori. We're going from Moro Tori. Don't muscle it. So look, so everything we did today has led up to this point. With the exception of Tai Sabagi, because I didn't know today was going to happen the way that it did. Okay? But either way, that's why we also practice Ken Saburi. Alright? Be strong and muscly, okay? Doing this and trying to, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. And that's what Sensei was trying to tell you the other day. Sensei Nizam and Sensei Axel. You can't always do that, okay? It's okay because he's your dad. But if you get a bully incident or you want to go help someone and you see someone's being bullied, right? And then for whatever reason, you want to know how to be safe against someone bigger and stronger, okay? So you have to understand how these are going to work. All right, so more than likely it's going to be enter, bend your knees, put your hand in front of your face, and then get back up. Keep your knees bent, okay? If you lock them, then pivotal action happens from your hip, and you're not in control. So you got to keep your knees bent. That's number one. So we're going to do Ura because it's actually the easiest to get through. Even if he's crossed or whatever, okay? Then you're going to make sure you keep the unbendable arm, don't break them, and don't stiff them. They just have to be curved, like the rocking chair, okay? Then you're just going to step, keep your feet together, bring the hand out, and then elbow up, okay? And then you're going to wield his arm like you wield the sword. And this is why I was telling you, don't shoulder cut, because when you do, right, it becomes about muscle. Be strong, and this is a shoulder cut. Okay, and we're both about equally strong. He's got bigger biceps, so he might beat me in that department. Ready? See? So then I said, make sure you use your body. Ready? I had to do a little oomph because we got static there, okay? So you got to make sure that you're paying attention to these details, okay? And now the next thing here is this. Don't pull him. Keep the hand in your center and just handcuff. See, I didn't have to pull him, okay? So that's what you're going to work on. Go ahead, Dad.